Hey everybody, and welcome back to our local farmers diary series. My name is Johnny, and we are here trying to get a late autumn cut off of our clover field for our local horse farmer right across the street. Not sure if we're going to have any luck getting this dried out. It's been kind of a damp autumn as of late. Pretty heavy dew, but we've got, as best of drying conditions as we're going to possibly get here in the next day and a half or so. And now is the time to do it. You can kind of see here, we got most of the field cut, and then the clover dried up just a little bit more right here toward the end. Once we get this cut, we're going to come through here pretty soon after, in fact, right after we get done this, with a header to kick it around, spread it around, and hope that it gets enough air underneath of it so that it can help dry it out even more later this afternoon and tomorrow morning. And then we're going to have to make a judgment call tomorrow afternoon as to if we're going to be able to bale this as hay or if we're going to have to kind of punt and call up the local cattle farmer and see if he wants to maybe wrap it as clover silage. We'll just have to see how that works out. Now, we don't have any sort of wrapping equipment here on our farm, but I do know that the dairy farmer, he does indeed have that equipment. So if push comes to shove, then we'll windrow it, and he can come in right behind us and bale it and wrap it. Trying to get it up off the field before winter hits. Once winter hits, well, pretty much who knows what's going to happen. Get a little bit here there where we missed it. All right. We got our little T4 already hooked up to our tedder over here. It was going to be kind of a push comes to shove kind of thing to get this hay, trying to force it to be dry. Do our mower over here. Like I said, we've already got our tedder set up. T4-yard tractor does pretty good. Perfect for this job. Light on the fuel. Adjusted good, it's picking up. Yep, looks like it's picking up. Appears to be missing. What's up with that? I have to take this in the shop and have it looked at. Can't be having that happen. Alright, well, when we get here to the edge of the field, I think we'll maybe run this down to the shop. Tell them what it's doing. See if they have any sort of loaner we can pick up. We don't have time to be waiting on this to get fixed. Seems to be doing good here. So over there on the other side of the field, it was skipping quite a bit. Well, let's just see. Maybe it's worked its way out. Try another round. Doesn't seem to like uneven ground. We can't have this happening. All right. We run this down to the implement shop. Tell them what's going on. See if they can't maybe loan us a replacement for the day. We can take a look at this and maybe get her fixed. Alright, so we talked to the guys over here in the shop, and they just wanted us to leave it out here. They'll take it in and take a look at it, maybe adjust the tines, adjust the wheels, something. Sure. But they told me that there was a loaner that they'd be willing to let us borrow down here around the back. So that's great. Oh, there it is. A bit bigger, which is actually better for us. They were saying that those little Vicon headers, they're kind of known for having issues with picking up on uneven ground. Says that they've had there's been a model refresh on those, and the new model is a fair bit bigger. It does pick up a lot better on uneven ground. That's good to hear. Maybe we will need to do a little bit of a trade-in on that. That they were just getting delivery of those in, and we'll probably have them in the next couple weeks. So we'll just have to see what the cost is on those. They might give us for credit on what we've got. Everything. going here. Doing a better job. Oh yeah, looks like this is doing a much better job. Look at all this. Look at all that it missed. This is a Coon brand. I'll live with it skipping a little bit here and there, but the other one was just skipping way too much. End of the day, we'd have maybe half of our field tedded, and the other half would still be clumped up on the ground, right where the mower dropped it. We're going to go ahead and get this field tedded up this afternoon. See what the sunshine tomorrow and the winds. We're supposed to have pretty high winds tomorrow. See if that can aid in the drying process. I know it's not going to be very, very warm, but a little bit of sun, a little bit of wind, that can go a long ways in helping get this stuff dried out, which is what we're hoping that we're going to see. But yeah, only time will tell. All right, well, now that we've been working this field for a little while, I think I might know what's already going on here. I think we've got the wrong tines for the job, the wrong length tines. Even switched over to our bigger tractor. Maybe the header was just sitting at the wrong angle, wasn't sitting right. But seems to be pretty clear. Is it does really good in one direction, but the other direction not so well. Just made a pass here. Go back the opposite direction. You can see we're much picking up everything that we left. So for whatever reason, I think the tines are just aren't quite long enough to pick up the clover. Because the clover's just short enough of a grass. Tines are not quite long enough to get them picked up. The setting somewhere. We're gonna have to fuddle with it a bit. That probably explains what's going on. Kind of hit or miss. It's a decent chunk, but it doesn't get all of it. Flip around and come back this same pass, the other direction. I'm gonna pick it all up. Pretty interesting. That would explain why it did real good going part way around the field, and the other part of the way it didn't do so good. Now we're picking it all up. I have to call down there to shop and tell them what we're finding on our borrowed tedder also. All right, and that is going to do us for getting this field headed up. Like I said, I'm going to call down to the shop, which I did. Let them know that I think I know what the problem is. we saw a similar problem with this header here, which we borrowed from him. And that was that it only seemed to pick up in certain directions based on how we mowed the grass. And I was telling him that we were trying to ted up some clover that we had cut down. And I was thinking maybe the tines were just the wrong tines for the job, for the given grass type. We didn't have any issues with this last year when we had our fescue hay and our bluegrass hay that we've done in years past. So yeah, they're going to look into it both for this rake and the Vicon. See what the parts menu might say about different tines for different grass types. I'll leave the header up here for now. If they need to swap out the tines, that cost might be. Drop the borrowed header off down here by the loading doors. And that's going to do us for the day. Be back tomorrow. I think we're going to piece this video and tomorrow's videos together for one episode related to our late autumn clover hay attempt. Like I said, we're just going to have to see if sunshine and the little bit of wind that we have today, combined with the clear skies tomorrow and the higher winds tomorrow, will get the grass dried off enough to allow us to make some hay out of it. Or if we're going to have to call up the local dairy guy, see if he can't bring his baler wrapper combo out here, and we'll be able to make some clover silage. Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Well, good afternoon again. It is now the last day of autumn, 4 o'clock. Couldn't really wait any longer, and it was quickly becoming evident that sun and the wind was just not going to be enough to get this clover dried adequately to make hay. So we called our farmer, dairy farmer, Bill, and had him bring his Case Puma and Coon Intella wrap baler over here. And well, we're wrapping up silage. Not going to be for the hay for the cow farm. Sorry. Not going to be hay for our horse farm. Instead, we're going to basically be able to make some use of this. Basically provide some additional silage to the local dairy farmer. So, good it's not going all to waste. That's for sure. And to save time, we don't have too much daylight. We're going to be raking, and he's going to be baling right behind us. Didn't matter too terrible much since we're wrapping it anyway. I'll make a couple passes on the outside of the field here again to kind of free everything up. Start making our up and down passes. Be interested to see how many bales he has on his bale counter. We're all said and done. Unloading a bale. we waited too much longer, it would have been nightfall. And nobody wants to be out here trying to break and bale in the middle of the night. Tractors have pretty good lights on them, but they're not that good. That's for sure. Now, just to break out of the storyline, break out of character a little bit. You know, I know that this wheel rake probably needs to be run a little bit faster than 6 miles an hour to do its job. Not a powered rake. This is a pull rake. Basically, does its job with the speed that you're pulling it behind and the wheels spinning on the ground. But in order to have follow me work, what we're using follow me so that the baler helper is following in behind us. Since it has a limited distance that it can remember the path ahead of it, we are basically limited to about 6 miles an hour. Probably bump it up to 7 miles an hour. We'll probably be slowly pulling away from the baler. Then we would eventually have to wait, pause, and wait for him to catch up. We don't have a continuous round bale wrapper combo. He needs to wait, unload, wrap, unload. A lot of starting and stopping for the round bale action. Video is coming out after Overland Vicon DLC is released, but it is being recorded the weekend before that release. So we don't have access to the speed wrap or fast wrap or whatever that baler is called that has the simultaneous unload. They can bale and unload without stopping. That would be pretty cool if that was then coupled with a wrapping function. It could all of those actions on the fly without stopping. Big reason I think lots of folks don't round bale. It's just the constant need to stop and start. Let the baler kind of catch up here. Get our auto steer lines set up and then just kind of hammer out the field. Probably to a little bit of a little time lapse. Looks like he's going to get maybe about 70 bales off of this field. Pretty incredible haul, I think. Called me and said he was at 61. We got a little ways, a little bit left here on the field. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. If it's another 10 bales worth or not. I think he's going to be able to definitely make use of these 70 bales. Close to. It's a wrapped. We don't really need to worry about getting them hauled off right away. Haul them off over winter. The only thing we really need to do is I would like to fertilize this field with manure over winter, but no super rush on getting that done. Yeah. Hey guys, I want to thank you for coming out and watching another episode of Local Farmer's Diary. My name is Johnny. Making the best of a situation here where we try to get some hay for our horse neighbor. That didn't quite work out, so are able to still provide some help to a different farmer. Cattle farmer is able to then make use of this. So if we couldn't get it dried out for hay, make use by wrapping it and making silage for his cows. So next time, happy farming.
Be sure to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell.